When you look at the crowds today, you have maybe 5,000–6,000 people here. On the streets yesterday, 1 million people, 1 million Iranians in the street for the Ayatollah Khomeini. Does that not give you concern? Does that not make you afraid?
Because they are afraid, yeah, that's right. And most of the people don't say anything because they are afraid. And they are in silence, you know, they don't say anything.
Is this the silent majority of Iran out here now?
Yes, that's right.
Do you want the Shah to return?
Yes, Shah, return to the country.
What about you, Shah? Why do you want the Shah? Why does she want the Shah?
ما شاه میخوایم ما بیچاره این
کشتنش حلاله کجای قرآن گفته
"47 years we've been bleeding in the dark, under the shadow of the Islamic regime, with a stone-cold heart. They silenced our voices, they turned off our light. 58 days without internet, but we still fought the night. Our children took the streets, they raised their empty hands, and the world looked away. Do you understand? Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you that's all it took. Mothers and fathers and sons, did you even look? We stand with Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, our hope and voice. Millions behind him marching, he is our only choice. He only fights for freedom, democracy and human rights. But you mock him in your chambers while he fights for our lives, to pull us out of this darkness, this century-long night, while you sign deals with our killers and call it diplomatic right. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? They hang 60, 40 souls one by one, hanged within 4 months by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? Do you feel anything at all? Or did something break inside you while I ran answered the call? Do you know Europe? What happened to you, Europe? What made you so cold? What turned your heart to stone while our story went untold? Is oil worth more than blood? Is silence worth the shame? Because while you negotiate with murderers, we are dying, calling your name. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? We are still here. We are still strong. Do you know Europe? How much longer? How much longer? How long? Do you know Europe?
To all of our friends around the world, under the yoke of the Islamic Republic, Iran is identified in your minds with terrorism, extremism, and poverty. The real Iran is a different Iran, a beautiful, peace-loving, and flourishing Iran. It is the Iran that existed before the Islamic Republic, and it is the Iran that will rise again from its ashes the day the Islamic Republic falls. So let me be clear about how a free Iran will act towards its neighbors and the world after the fall of this regime. In security and foreign policy, Iran's nuclear military program will end. Support for terrorist groups will cease immediately. A free Iran will work with regional and global partners to confront terrorism, organized crime, drug trafficking, and extremist Islamism. Iran will act as a friend and a stabilizing force in the region, and it will be a responsible partner in global security. In diplomacy, relations with the United States will be normalized, and our friendship with America and her people will be restored. The State of Israel will be recognized immediately. We will pursue the expansion of the Abraham Accords into the Cyrus Accords, bringing together a free Iran, Israel, and the Arab world. A new chapter will begin, grounded in mutual recognition, sovereignty, and national interest. In energy, Iran holds some of the largest oil and gas reserves in the world. A free Iran will become a reliable energy supplier to the free world. Policymaking will be transparent. Iran's actions will be responsible. Prices will be predictable. In transparency and governance, Iran will adopt and enforce international standards. Money laundering will be confronted. Organized corruption will be dismantled. Public institutions will answer to the people. In the economy, Iran is one of the world's last great untapped markets. Our population is educated, modern, with a diaspora that connects it to the four corners of the world. A democratic Iran will open its economy to trade, investment, and innovation, and Iran will seek to invest in the world. Opportunity will replace isolation. This is not an abstract vision. It is a practical one, grounded in national interest, stability, and cooperation. To achieve this, now is the time to stand with the Iranian people. The fall of the Islamic Republic and the establishment of a secular, democratic government in Iran will not only restore dignity to my people, it will benefit the region and the world. A free Iran will be a force for peace, for prosperity, and for partnership.
وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته ایم قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه روبروم یه واژه یه هدف به نام انتقامه پشت سرم دعای مادر و تو دستم تفنگ بابامه رو زبونم اسم شاه بگین عشق بی انتهاست هر جا اسم ایران اومد اونجا صدای بچه رضاست فردا می نویسن تو کتاب قصه دیمار بگو با تیر جنگی کشتن بچه های بیگناه رو بگو از بخت مادرها شیر زنا و دخترامون بگو تنها شهید شدیم تا تنها نمونه شامون وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه آمون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه آمون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه آمون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه
سلام من به تو یار قدیمی منم همون هوادار قدیم
سید سلام چطوری مردک کلی کتلت شدین دایی بدون مدرک سلام بسیجی قهرمان رفتی پیش توسی با پنیر و یه نون سنگک سلام به محفل قرآنیتون سلام به مدیرای بحرانیتون سلام به حاجی اکبر و طوله هاش و خارج و رفقای ارگانیتون سلام به دزدای پول ملت که تش میفتین توی تور ملت سلام به همه شما کرکسایی که دارین نونتون رو میزنین تو خون ملت تا که تش زیر دست و پاک و تک بخورین حالا هی به یه بادکنک بدوین سلام آخر تو زندان باشه وقتی قرار به این آب خنک بخورین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا اینو بگذاریم به خاک میرسیم تجزیه طلبی که به خاک بیرسیم ایران مردمش وطن پرستن از کرد تا بلوچ بری به فاک میرسی توف به هر چی مرسی است توف به هر کی در پی تجزیه است توف به لوی و همونی که شیفته ی گل ملیگران تو وطن خدا نستی هست سر کردستان همه برپا شدن بلوچستان فدای مهسا شدن شم واحد که شیر و خورشید ما بقی جعلی ها تنها شدن شادی باشه واسه همه در میهن کور بشه چه شهرچی اهریمن رخه رو بگی تا اون 6 کلاس سواد و خبرگان و مجد سری ترجیحن شبهای عروس و دامادی باشه برن سلامتی نوش کنن و آبادی باشه لحظت کجاست میدون شهیاده به سمت اتوبان آزادی باشه سلام به نسل ندید پدیدا نبودیم ندیدیم قدیمتی ما شاه بود تو شادی کل میزدین حالا شاه بر میگرده پیک میزنین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا
فاهنگ به این خوشگلی با نوایده بود اسم این عشقاین رو توش بیاریم ولی خب لازم بود دیگه فکر کنم با نوایده
but you know how it ends. Smiles for the cameras, deals in the light, but truth disappears somewhere out of sight. Moolah's behind it, controlling the flow. You shake hands with fire, but you already know. Deal with the devil, you know what it costs. Promises fade while the lines get crossed. Deal with the devil, you hear their call. Voices in chains still rise and fall. Deal with the devil, don't look away while lives are taken day by day. Mr. Trump, hear the streets, hear the cry. Iranians want freedom, they're reaching high. From cells to the shadows, their voices still grow, dreaming of a future they don't even know. Deals at the top while the pressure runs low, and down below the fear continues to grow. Deal with the devil, you know what it costs. Promises fade while the lines get crossed. Deal with the devil, you hear their call. Voices in chains still rise and fall. Deal with the devil, don't look away while lives are taken day by day. Mr. Trump, now the moment is real. Reagan or Obama, pressure or deal. One stands firm, one bends to the game. History writes down the choice and the name. Stand with strength, don't let it all go. You don't free millions by moving too slow. Mr. Trump, if you give them that deal, they keep the power, they tighten the seal. More voices silence, more lives erased, while freedom is pushed further away. Be the Reagan they need, take a stand, don't trade their future for the sake of a hand. Deal with the devil, you know what it costs. Too many lives already lost. Deal with the devil, you hear their call. Iranians fighting, they won't let it fall. Deal with the devil, don't look away while lives are taken day by day. Mr. Trump, be like Reagan, no deals with the devil.
Let's go. میخوام بگم از دلم، از عشق به این میهنم، به امید روز شکست دشمن شاه برمیگرده به وطن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی، بلند بگو همشهری، شاه رضا پهلوی، نظام رسیده پرتگاه، بلند بگو جاوید شاه، برگشت شاه به میهن، دوای درد وطن، این آخرین نبرده، پهلوی برمیگرده، داره میاد پهلوی، زجه بزن سید علی، راه نجات وطن، پهلوی هموطن، ایران میشه گلستان، شاه که بیاد به ایران، ایران که شاه نداره، حساب کتاب نداره، آخون باید گم بشه، تو بچه گمشو بیرون اجنبی داره میاد پهلوی فریاد بزن جاوید شاه شعار هر وطن ها ما شاه میخوایم نه ملا بزار بشنوه دنیا ایرانی داد بزن شاه تو فریاد بزن برگشتن پهلوی وحشت هر اجنبی بلند بگو هموطن شاه رضا پهلوی فریاد بزن جاوید شاه شعار هر وطن خواه بلند بگو جاوید شاه شعار هر وطن خواه فریاد بزن جاوید شاه شعار هر وطن خواه بلند بگو جاوید شاه شعار هر وطن خواه فریاد بزن جاوید شاه شعار هر وطن خواه بلند بگو جاوید شاه شعار هر وطن خواه
Look at us here today. We see so many flags representing so many nations. We know we are not alone, and we thank you for being with us. For all people around the world who stand today in unity with the Iranian people, this is not just because it's good for us, and you do it out of compassion and care for our rights to liberty and justice and equality and human rights. But understand that it is in your best interest too, to have, unlike this regime that has been propagating terror and radicalism, we the people of Iran are peacemakers and not warmongers. We like to be friends, especially with the free world. We'd like to be able to have the best neighborly relationship with the people of our area and the region, with the Arab countries, with Israel, and all our other neighbors. We are fighting for justice, we're fighting for human rights, we are fighting for liberty, we're fighting to put an end to all sorts of discrimination. Because as an Iranian, I stand here to tell you that I've dedicated 47 years of my life because I think that my country deserves far better than what we have right now. To now understand that their best remedy is to support the people of Iran, because ultimately a free Iran will be your best partner, not just to bring stability and peace, but it will be in your best economic interest and opportunities. Together we can prosper again, and the world will be so different once the Iranian people are free. I am here to guarantee a transition to secular democratic future. I am committed to be that leader of transition for you, so we can one day have the final opportunity to decide the fate of our country through a democratic, transparent process, through the ballot box and free elections. And let's make sure that this time, especially the free nations of this world and their governments, stand on the right side of history.
Well, Durud, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to day 150 of Iran Revolution Live with your wonderful and amazing host, Mr. Armin Navabi.
And your wonderful and amazing host, Goldie Ghamari.
Thank you. Armin, how are you doing today?
Oh my God. I don't know. Yesterday was such a roller coaster. We had some boom booms all of a sudden. IRGC, 4 dead, boats, speedboats taken down, explosions in Bandar Abbas, Josk, and where else? What was that other place? And Sirik. And then we also had air defense being activated. So what do you make of that, Goldie?
I think it's pretty simple. It's you know what? Actually, I just opened up my X account, like a new tab, and you know what I make of that? Let me share my screen. This is what I make of what's going on. Literally just came up on my X account. Peace through strength.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, and actually, we have a breaking news that supports that as well.
Really?
Yeah. So
let's go to that.
We also have this breaking news. Speaking of peace through strength, let me actually flip. Okay, so breaking. President Trump will convene a rare cabinet meeting at Camp David on Wednesday as negotiations with Iran enter a critical phase. All cabinet members are expected to attend the meeting. Fox News has confirmed, including outgoing Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. The gathering comes as the administration weighs next step in high-stakes negotiations aimed at securing a broader agreement with Tehran amid a fraying ceasefire. What do you think of this? Things are happening.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's actually something else that Marco Rubio said earlier today. I have the clip of it. And I mean, this is basically what you and I have been saying all along when it comes to this, deal that President Trump wants. So what I make of that is this right here. Look at this. So Marco Rubio earlier today.
Well, look, I think our position is well stated. The president had a very important, I think, historic call just a couple days ago with a number of leaders from the region. I think there's strong alignment and agreement on what a preliminary draft should look like. I think that, like anything with something like this, it's going to take a couple days to settle on, even down to the disagreements over a word, sentence. So we'll have to work through that. If there's going to be a deal, we're going to have to work through that. But this is, it's either going to be a good deal or there isn't going to be one. Well, look, I think our position is well stated.
So Marco Rubio says there either is going to be a good deal or no deal at all.
Yeah.
And again, I can't see the Islamic regime agreeing to the terms. And now we have these strikes from last night. And then Armin, on top of all of that, the announcement that President Trump made yesterday about the Abraham Accords and, forcing or wanting like the, Muslim countries to sign on to that, that's bigger than more people realize, because some of those countries, fundamentally, like their entire ideology is anti-Israel. Like Pakistan is one of them. Pakistan came out and said that recognizing the state of Israel is like fundamentally incompatible with their with the country or something. Like it's just wild.
Yeah, and Goldie, we said it on our show that from all the countries in the list, the Pakistani one is the least likely one there, given their population, right? And the lack of control that they have over it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now that we know, go ahead.
Yep. No, sorry. You go ahead before
I was just going to say, now that we know that President Trump is now convening a rare cabinet meeting at Camp David tomorrow, I mean, that to me seems like things are not going the way, that a lot of people want them to.
Yes, exactly. And speaking of things going in a different direction, look at this. Oh, I'm going to remove the... Oh, there you go. Look at that. Boop. Boop.
Interesting.
Yeah. Look at that spike. And not only that, my Telegram is filled with messages from Iran telling me, "Hi, Armin, I'm online.
Wow.
Like, we missed you." So many people from Iran are messaging me, and there's so many of them that I haven't even managed to respond to them. My friends are talking to me again. so these are, this is huge. This is a huge spike compared to, like, this was the only spike that we had before was here. And this is the spike much bigger than before. And look at this, Iran International saying Iran's internet connectivity was partially restored on Tuesday after 88 days and 2,093 hours of near total isolation from international networks. Internet Monitor NetBlock said. NetBlocks described the shutdown as the longest nationwide internet blackout in modern history. The monitor said that it was unclear whether the partial restoration would be sustained. So,
I mean, it could also be a trap. We don't know, right? So I would say, you know,
Yeah.
tell your friends to be very careful because this could be the regime monitoring people.
right. Yeah. It also it has been economically more devastating than people realize to Iran, the internet contact. So there's a lot of businesses that putting pressure as well. And
Yeah.
money talks, you know, money talks. So we'll have to see. And it's not at all close to where it was before, what Iran. And also, we don't know if it's going to last. So we have to see. And Goldie, you're right, so correct. This just might be a trap. So we have to be careful.
Absolutely. But, you know,
Right.
let's see what happens with that. It's you can't ever trust the Islamic regime. That's just a reality, right? Like nothing they ever do is out of the kindness of their hearts. Everything that they do is for their own benefit and their own self-preservation. So I don't know. Who knows? I mean, maybe restoring internet connection could be part of the terms of the deal. I have no idea, right? Because we don't know what the exact elements are. But either way, like I would caution Iranians to be very careful because it's going to be highly, highly under surveillance. And you know, as we know, the executions are continuing to happen every day, which is really unfortunate.
That's so interesting that you say, unfortunately, that you're so on point because that's the next tab that I had on. Former footballer at risk of death sentence in Iran. And Goldie, thank you always for mentioning that, you know, not that so many people forget the Iranian people in the middle of all of this political talk, and you always bring us back to that. So look at this. A former Iranian Premier League footballer detained during nationwide protests in January is at risk of receiving a death sentence, Iran International has learned. Two former national team players said Abbas Yahya. I don't know. I'm going to look at the Persian way how this is written because it's easier for me to the Persian version of this. But I'm going to say Begi has been accused of muharebe. Muharebe means waging or basically waging war against God, waging enmity against Allah. This is a Quranic verse, by the way, raising concern that he could be sentenced to death. So the reason why people are saying that because every time the Islamic Republic sentences, basically accuses somebody of muharebe, what often follows is a death sentence. And that's why people think that he might get a death sentence too. Beiki.
Armin, muharebe is always followed by a death sentence. Like has anyone ever been convicted of muharebe, like, you know, crimes against Islam and not been executed?
There has been sometimes, but yeah, because you know, sometimes the regime plays around with threatening, you know, there's so many different, you know, mind games that they sometimes play with people. So it's all, but you're right, most of the time it leads to a death sentence most of the time. Yeah,
horrible.
But the reason why I also it's important to say that not all of the time, because then people might think that okay, well then there's no point talking about it, right? Because there has been sometimes under international pressure we have managed to save some people.
That's true.
So yeah, so I don't want to pretend like there is no chance, because then people would be like, okay, then what's the point, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me repost this one. And then we had some. This was the result from last night. Yesterday, smoke rose from a fire at a scrap storage warehouse in eastern Bandar Abbas on Tuesday afternoon, according to reports published on social media. So I don't know what happened here.
پشتی ساخت مسکونی اداری چیه انباره
So there's people like here. What is this place? Like, what is that behind that? Is that like an office? Is it like a storage area? Why is there fire here? So this was right after we heard like explosions in Bandar Abbas.
آتش نشانی کجای بندگان خدا خاره
So yeah, there was that. And then we had this. So Qatar appears. By the way, look at this. Oh my God, we know this guy. This is the.
Oh, that's Marandi.
Marandi. Guys, remember the Goldie and this guy? Yeah. It's like, so I'm going to play the video, but before that, let me read the caption saying Qatar appears set to provide part of the money sought by Tehran and later by and later be reimbursed by Washington, so Iran would not be left waiting if the U.S. delays, said Mohammad Barandi. I mean, I don't believe for a second this person, whatever this person has to say. An Iranian state TV pundit and member of Iran's delegation to Pakistan mediated talks with the United States. So this guy is saying that Qatar is going to release those billions of dollars of money to the Islamic Republic, and Washington is going to be reimbursing them so that there's no delay. What do you think about this, Goldie? Obviously, this guy's full of crap, right?
Well, my understanding is that I think Qatar put out a statement. A spokesperson for someone in the Qatari government put out a statement saying that this is false. Do you have that post? False. Can you bring that up?
I think I saw it over here. Give me a second. I know what you're talking about. Too. I should have had it ready. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I should have had it ready too.
Oh. I know what you're talking about.
It was a Qatari government official.
Yeah.
I wonder, I'm trying to see if I saved it. Did I bookmark it? Apparently he denied it. Apparently, I think he denied it. I mean, again, who knows who's being truthful and who's not, right? Right. Oh, here we go. I found it. It's this one.
Thank you.
Let me pull it up. So this is, who's this guy? He is advisor to the Prime Minister and official spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Qatar. Okay. So he says, the reports suggesting Qatar offered $12 billion to Iran to secure a deal are simply not true and are being circulated by parties attempting to sabotage the deal and undermine ongoing diplomatic efforts towards regional de-escalation and stability. Qatar's diplomatic role in coordination with regional partners is well established and publicly documented, and such narratives are nothing more than desperate attempts to tarnish Qatar's reputation as a trusted international peace facilitator. Which is wild because Qatar is a terrorist state, and Qatar basically, is indoctrinating and radicalizing the West, right? Like Qatar literally is indoctrinating people, and they're part of the Muslim Brotherhood, and Al Jazeera is basically the foreign intelligence mouthpiece for the Qatari government. They're big supporters of Hamas, right? So
right.
They've been funneling money behind the scenes for the Islamic regime for decades, to the tunes of billions of dollars through the South Pars gas field. So Qatar is denying it. But I mean, I don't know, Armin, who do you believe?
Well, between the between the Islamic Republic and Qatar. Oh no, I don't know. Oh no, that's such a hard choice. I don't know.
I mean, for
Okay.
all we know, maybe Qatar did offer this, and then now the IRGC is putting them on the spot, and now they're denying it, right? Similar to how when Prime Minister Netanyahu visited the UAE, and then he publicly confirmed that, then the UAE like came out and they officially denied it, and they said no, like Netanyahu never came, even though he actually did. So I don't know. This one's a strange one. This one is a strange one, because they're both terrorists, and there's no honor amongst thieves. So it's like which terrorist do you trust? I have no idea in this case.
If I had to choose, I would go with Qatar over Islamic Republic. If I had to choose between the two, yeah, because the Islamic Republic lies even more than Qatar.
Okay.
Yeah, if I had to choose. And this is the version I had saved. I found it. This was Qatar denies reports of $12 billion offer to Iran, saying Qatar has denied reports suggesting it offered Iran $12 billion to help secure a deal with the United States, calling the claims an attempt to sabotage ongoing diplomacy. Well, I mean, these are your friends that you're responsible for supporting them. So there you have it. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, I saw we got some super chats. We will read the super chats in 30 minutes. Okay. So 30 minutes from now, we will read them. And thank you for supporting us. Okay. And then we have this guy. This guy. Who's this guy? This is Ibrahim Azizi, the head of the Iranian parliament. Oh, by the way, the bingo card will be updated soon, even without explosions. That's something we have to keep in mind.
You think so?
Yeah, because we are at the end of the time of serving of this, getting close to the Ghibli guy. This Ghibli guy is gonna, like, they have a 5-year period as the head of state media. So who, like, and basically the supreme leader is supposed to choose his replacement. So what I've heard is that who he picks is going to be very telling regarding what Mujtabas, or actually the people who are, I don't know, making decisions on behalf of Mujtaba, what their strategy is going to be going forward from a propaganda perspective on how to manage the pro-regime people. So who the replacement of Ghibli is going to be a huge indicator of what the strategy is going to be going forward.
So that's basically going to be the decision. I'm assuming Zolgad is going to make that decision, right? Because
well, officially, the head of IRB. Yeah, go. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, like the like Khamenei, like the supreme cardboard dictator. We don't even know if he's alive, even though apparently he put out like a new statement or something yesterday or today, which we should probably get to. But again, like no sign of life, no proof of life. So I'm assuming it's Zolgadr and Vahidi who are sort of calling the shots behind the scenes.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, they are the main decision makers. I do think that the Beit Rahbari as an institution is working as an institution, you know? So it's not Mujtaba, it's the Beit Rahbari that is working as a supreme leader. There's also that. And speaking, yeah. Thank you. And Goldie, look at this. We are so connected, you know. So the next state. Okay. I mean, I have so this is what I have. Mujtaba Khamenei, the Islamic Republic's third supreme leader, said in a message published Tuesday for the Hajj pilgrimage that Israel would not exist within the next 15 years. Well, nice. Thank you so much for that. Okay, thank you for the reminder. This is great, isn't it? That we could remind people. Let me see. Remind people that these people, what they still stand for. Does Mujtaba have an official X account? We should go. I mean, I would like to get the actual account. Mujtaba Khamenei. I think he has one. I was wondering if I followed it. People. Oh, yeah, that's not it. I'll find it at some point. Oh, I think this is it.
You know
Oh
what?
yeah, I found it.
The timing of this, Armin, is very interesting because didn't President Trump yesterday in his Truth Social post even sort of allude to the Islamic Republic maybe signing on to the Abraham Accords, which we were saying they never ever will.
Ooh.
Like they'll literally never agree to that because this constant jihad that they have against Israel and the United States is one of their core foundational pillars of the Islamic regime. That's how they export their revolution.
Yes, exactly. That's the only thing that they have to unite the ummah behind their cause. And without the Palestinian cause, their entire Shia pan-Islamic empire would not even make any sense. They need the whole revolution. This is why we say the Islamic Republic is not. We don't just call it an occupation of our country. We call it a Palestinian occupation of our country, right? It's a Palestinian occupation of Iran. The regime in Iran is a Palestinian regime, not an Iranian regime, right?
Yeah.
For the Palestinian cause. So how could they stop the Palestinian cause if that's the whole point of their existence, right? So let me read the rest of this. It's saying, no image or audio recording of Mujtaba Khamenei has been released since his appointment as a supreme leader. The message published by Iranian media referred to remarks made a decade ago by Ali Khamenei, the slain former supreme leader of the Islamic Republic, who said Israel would not see the next 25 years. So now Mujtaba is saying Israel would not see the next 15 years, describing Israel as an unstable Zionist regime and a cancerous tumor. The message said it was approaching the final stages of its cursed existence. Sure, buddy. Sure. And apparently this is his account.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know who runs it, but
yeah.
That's always going to be something very interesting. How do you think the Muslim countries are going to respond to President Trump's push to sign on to the Abraham Accords? I see some clips on Fox News and stuff, but I don't know. What do you think?
I honestly think this is the most clever. If I'm correct, this is the most clever move by President Trump that I've ever seen. I think that even because a lot of people, a lot of the countries that you mentioned are very unlikely to do anything like this, right? But even if you could get even if you could just get Saudi Arabia into the Abrahamic Accords, that would be historic. And I think that what President Trump might have done, like we discussed, yesterday and the day before, is that he is using the Islamic Republic's threat against the Arab countries to get these Arab countries to do what President Trump wants. Because I think the petrodollar agreement, the unwritten petrodollar agreement between the Arab countries and United States needs to be renegotiated. The reason why I think that is because I think in the 1970s, the reliance of the US on the Arab countries and the Arab countries on the United States was more equal, because United States did not have this much oil, and the United States and the global economy was a lot more reliant on fossil fuels. So these Arab countries, the oil that they had was so much more precious than it is right now. So what these Arab countries were giving to United States was as important as what United States was giving to these Arab countries. So the unwritten agreement between these Arab countries and United States is that you keep giving us these oil and you sell it only in USD to everyone else as well. And in return, we provide security for you. But two things has happened. Like the first one is the one that I mentioned, is that United States has its own oil right now, and global economy is less dependent on fossil fuels than it used to be because of efficiency mostly. But another thing that has happened is that the US dollar's dominance is not as reliant as on oil being sold in dollars. Like that's still important, but the US dollar's dominance relies on so many other things, not just on oil. So that means that this agreement should be renegotiated, because America's security for these Arab countries is now a lot more valuable than what these Arab countries are providing to United States. And I think President Trump is using a very effective strategy in making these countries understand how precious the US security for these countries are, and that them selling oil in USD and them providing oil to United States is not good enough anymore for what the United States provides to these Arab countries. And the security concerns that these Arab countries have over the Islamic Republic attacking them is reminding them that they need to offer more to the United States, especially because the United States wants to refocus its attention upon its own backyard. You know, the Dundro Doctrine. The United States wants to tell these countries in the Middle East that your new best buddy here is Israel, because nobody could replace me except Israel. Like you guys, like Saudi Arabia keeps threatening United States with, oh, I'm going to go to China. I'm going to go to China. Go on then. Go on then. China cannot even secure its own backyard. You think China can secure your backyard if it can't even have control over its own backyard? You want to go to Russia? Russia, the African countries try to replace France with Russia for securities, and now ISIS and Al-Qaeda is taking over Mali. Al-Qaeda now has a stake. Al-Qaeda is now gaining all of Mali because Russians could not even compete with the French when it comes to providing security in Africa. You want to go to Russia to replace United States? You cannot go to Russia. Okay, the only way United States services for security can be replaced in the Middle East is that if you go to Israel. Israel is the only person, is the hegemon of the region. So United States is like, I want to do the Dondro Doctrine. I want to do the Dondro Doctrine. So you guys gonna help me with that. And you're going to go under the security umbrella of Israel while I slowly move out of this region and focus on my own hemisphere. Because I don't want to leave this place in a chaos. I want to leave this place when it's secure. This goes completely in line with President Trump's policy on Europe, on Ukraine, and on Taiwan, and on Israel. President Trump wants to empower the countries in the region themselves to be able to defend themselves rather than relying on the United States so much. So the United States could basically focus on taking over their own backyard. That's what I think is happening. And if that's what's happening, I think this is like a really the most effective way of using the Islamic Republic's threat against these Arab countries as a way for them to renegotiate the basically the petrodollar agreement that they had in the 1970s. That's what I think is happening. Oh, thank you. I think that is good analysis. Thank you, guys.
No, I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate how you go in depth. The other thing I wanted to point out, Armin, that's sort of, at the center of all this is another Truth Social post that President Trump posted yesterday, where he says the enriched uranium nuclear dust will either be immediately turned over to the United States to be brought home and destroyed, or preferably in conjunction and coordination with the Islamic Republic of Iran, destroyed in place or at another acceptable location, with the Atomic Energy Commission or its equivalent being witness to this process and event. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. Armin, what do you think what's the likelihood of the Islamic regime agreeing to this?
Close to zero as of right now, based on what we know. Based on what we know about the internal politics of the Islamic Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. So it seems like President Trump is drawing some red lines here. And because the enriched uranium is another one of the red lines. It's a red line both for the United States and for the Islamic regime occupying Iran, which is why I don't see them coming to meet in the middle. And then what's also interesting, Armin, is the attack last night. They're calling it defensive. They're calling it a defensive attack. So
yeah,
I find that interesting as well, because from like a political standpoint, if the United States is acting defensively, then that's not necessarily starting a war, right? They're acting in defense.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting because if it's the Islamic Republic is now doesn't know what to do, because if they say that wasn't defensive, it was offensive, then like, oh, okay, so the ceasefire is violated. Are you guys gonna do anything about it? And like, so they don't know. The Islamic Republic doesn't know what to do, because if it's not defensive, then what are you going to do about it? They don't right now. The Islamic Republic doesn't want to, stop the ceasefire because they know that they're going to be like, destroyed. But if they say like, yeah, it was defensive, then they're admitting that they violated the ceasefire. So that's a tough situation for them to be in right now.
Absolutely.
Goldie, what do you say to the people that say President Trump is now being more flexible with that pulse, because his previous position was that the only acceptable thing the Islamic Republic could do with the enriched uranium is to give that to the United States, but now he's being more flexible with here by allowing some other options. What do you think?
I mean, ultimately, he wants the enriched uranium to be destroyed. And I think it was a couple of days ago, in one of his, White House, I think he was signing something or something. He was speaking about the enriched uranium, and he said, "We don't want it, we don't need it, but we'll take it if we have to." So, I mean, yeah, I think he's presenting options here. I don't think that flexibility takes away from the red line, right? Because if there is a way to destroy it where it is, right? But I mean, I don't even know if that's possible. But again, so he's saying that would have to be, with the Atomic Energy Commission or equivalent being witness. And honestly, Armin, I don't even think it's going to get to that. Like, it's not even going to get to that, because the Islamic regime is just, they're doubling down and they're amplifying, right? They're doubling down, they're amplifying. They're going even harder against the United States. I mean, you saw Mojtaba Khamenei's statement, which is pretty much coming from the IRGC. You're seeing this internal division and infighting. You're seeing the Islamic regime, hardliners, even though there's no difference between one or the other, but you're seeing supporters of the Islamic regime calling out people who are, wanting a ceasefire because they want to continue the war, because they have been fed so much Islamic regime propaganda that they actually thought that the United States was losing and Iran, the Islamic regime, was winning. I've also heard, Armin, I don't know if this is true or not, but if you've heard anything about this, let me know. Apparently, there's a rumor that there are clashes within Tehran and other places between the IRGC and the imported paramilitary militia groups because they haven't been getting paid. I don't know if that's true or not, but have you heard anything about that?
I heard it being discussed, but I didn't see any sources. I didn't see any sources confirming it. So, but I did hear it being It's alleged. Yes, I heard
Yeah.
about it, but yeah, but I haven't seen any sources confirming that that's the case. Yeah.
All we know is that apparently a bunch of them haven't been getting paid. So,
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully now with the internet coming back up a little bit, maybe we'll get some more news coming out. But again, like I don't trust that. I don't trust the internet because they monitor everything. So I'm thinking if the internet is slowly coming back, there's a reason for that, right? Like there's a plan, there's a strategy, and I just hope that. Yep.
Maybe you're Goldie. I just realized what the strategy might be.
Go for
For
it.
bringing the internet. I don't know if this is true, but maybe the internal division between pro-regime people is getting so bad that they need the anti-regime people to come and speak against the regime to unite the pro-regime people against the anti-regime people, so that they have the less internal division, so they could focus on being like, oh yeah, the anti-regime people, that's the threat. Let's not fight each other, right? Like get them actually speaking as an external threat to the regime, so that the pro-regime people focus on the external threat to the regime rather than the internal division.
So you think the internet's being turned on so
that
that
anti-regime people can speak and attack the regime, so that the pro-regime people stop fighting each other and focus on the anti-regime threat, external threat to unite them, because they don't have the Americans attacking them, and the ceasefire is because when the Americans and Israelis were attacking them, at least the external threat was unifying them and they weren't attacking each other. And because they don't have that, they're like, let's get these people attacking us instead, so we focus on them rather than us attacking each other.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, I mean that could definitely be a possibility for sure. I mean, there's a number of theories that could be a unifying force, I guess, but I don't know if that's like if that is their strategy, they would be very stupid. They would be very stupid because with the internet coming back up, see, here's the other thing as well, Armin. There's another possibility. Like I'm not too technologically savvy or whatever, but one of the things that those of us who are outside of occupied Iran have been saying is that one of the reasons the internet is shut down is because they want to silence the voices of Iranians and to prevent the truth from coming out, which is absolutely true. With the internet slowly coming back up and priority access being given to Islamic regime supporters, this could also be another propaganda play by the Islamic regime to have their supporters and their bots and armies and whatever come out en masse and just maybe say how oh, now that the internet is open, I'm here to let everyone know that I love the Islamic regime, or something like that. You know what I mean? This could also be another attempt to control the narrative through their propaganda and their media outlets, right? Because we know that the Islamic regime actually has something called like a Ministry of Cyber Warfare, and they spend upwards of like $1 billion a year on their online propaganda and their bot farms and hiring people in like third world countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh and wherever, like having all these bot farms where all these accounts are out there pretending to be Iranian and posting Islamic regime propaganda. So that's another possibility as well. We just don't know. I don't know how realistic that is though.
Right. And a lot of the people will still have to use VPNs to be able to get online, even if they bring the internet back, which means that a lot of it can be monitored by the IRGC anyways. I also heard something else by, I'm not going to say that until it's verified. So I'm going to wait on that because I don't want to put false information out there yet.
Okay.
Okay.
And then,
oh, Goldie, we're 5 minutes away from doing super chats.
okay.
Yeah. So let me. Do you have anything else you want to share in the 5 minutes?
Yeah, actually, I had a few videos. There was this one video on Fox Business News that I thought was interesting, and I wanted to share with everyone.
Rebecca Heinrich, security expert, joins me now. Rebecca, what's going on here? We've got strikes on mine-laying boats. We've got strikes on missile facilities on land. We've got Israelis and Hezbollah going at it hammer and tongs, and yet we're supposed to have a ceasefire. What is going on?
Well, this really gets to what Chairman Roger Wicker was saying, which is that if this deal is predicated on a 60-day ceasefire, you can see what a ceasefire looks like right now when the Iranians are continuing to do things like laying mines in the strait. So U.S. Central Command took out boats because they caught those Iranian boats laying mines in the strait that is supposed to be open and free for traffic. And then also we took out the surface-to-air missile, of course, because these Iranians are still preparing to shoot at American Navy ships. And so there's still combat going on, Stuart, even during the ceasefire, because everything that the United States does to keep that strait open to try to get some traffic through is purely defensive. And so from our perspective, we are still the ones defending the status quo and kind of trying to keep the strait open. The Iranians are still the aggressors and are not negotiating in good faith.
And what about Netanyahu? He says Israel will intensify its strikes against Hezbollah. That part of the war is ongoing and intense.
It is. And to the Trump administration's great credit, I mean, officials have been very clear, both on the record, off the record, that the United States will not restrain the Israelis at all for anything that they need to do for their own defense. And if Lebanon is not going to control Hezbollah, which they've not been able to do or not really shown a willingness, though they verbalize a willingness to do so, then of course the Israelis have a right to self-defense. There's been some reporting calling that escalation. Of course, anything that the Israelis do to beat back this terrorist group that is funded by the Iranian regime is purely defensive in nature.
Well, we understand that Trump told 6 Muslim countries that they should join the Abraham Accords. Now, that would be very significant if he pulled it off. It would mean almost peace in the Middle East, wouldn't it? Is it likely? Do you think it could happen?
Well, to me, Stuart, this looks like, I mean, this would be a massive diplomatic achievement, obviously. And I think part of what's going on here is it really is the Gulf states that don't want the United States to resume a robust military operations against the Iranians because they're afraid about the IRGC shooting at Gulf state targets. And so they're the ones that are really trying to get the United States to come to a diplomatic solution. Of course, President Trump says, okay, if you're not going to let us do what we believe is necessary at this point, you have to put something in here. I need you, Saudi Arabia, to commit to the Abraham Accords. Then there needs to be some kind of lasting geostrategic stability in the region. If we're not going to do something that I think is necessary, and we want the Gulf states to help us finally and ultimately take care of this Iranian rump regime. But if the Gulf states are going to be nervous about it and not bold enough, then I think that President Trump is totally right to say you need to have skin in the game here and do something big. And that means normalization with Israel.
Trump says Iran's nuclear program has got to be surrendered or destroyed to make this deal. Can we trust the Iranians on this?
No, and here's the really tough part. It's kind of a paradox. There supposedly this deal that is being discussed sequences getting the strait open with something like a promise. Now, concrete promises is how the Trump administration would describe them on the part of the Iranians for working on the nuclear piece. But as soon as the United States relieves the blockade, lifts the blockade in some fashion, or lifts sanctions, you're going to take away that pressure, that leverage against the Iranian regime to negotiate on their nuclear program at all. And so, from my perspective, they have to be linked. You keep the pressure on. The United States has incredible leverage against the Iran regime, Stuart. And so there's no reason, I think, to relieve any of it until the United States gets everything we want.
Rebecca, thanks very much for joining us. Give us some clarity. We like that. Thanks very much indeed. Rebecca.
Okay, so I just wanted to share that to provide, because I thought that was a very interesting analysis. But yeah, having said that, oops. Where's Armin? Oh no. There we go. Let's go to the super chats. Okay.
Okay, let's do super chat time. Okay. Thank you guys for all your kind support. Okay, let's see what you guys have to say. This is I literally like to listen to your opinions because it gives me inspiration to go research things based on your questions, right? Saying my conduit is majority. Oh, so who's this? Air. How do you pronounce this, Goldie?
I
How do you
think
pronounce?
it's Airy Adelaide.
Oh, Airy Adelaide. Okay. My conduit, thank you so much for the super chat. Say, my conduit is majority Iranian right now. To my knowledge, it helps them bypass the sensors. It may be good to turn on and turn on download. Oh, Goldie, I don't know. I'm not good with this technical stuff. Is it it helps? Does that help?
Yeah, Conduit. Remember, Conduit is that app that Petito
Yes.
was telling us about. So yeah, it does help. I have Conduit turned on, and it's slowly connecting. So I'm getting it. It says 2 connected peers, and a lot of people are trying to connect. So I don't know. It's still pretty slow, but it's better than nothing. So hopefully that's helping people. So yeah, if you guys have Conduit, make sure that you're running it because that's going to help the people in occupied Iran get access to internet.
And thank you, by the way, Ari, for doing that. That's very helpful. We appreciate you doing that. Thank you.
Thank you. And for everyone watching, if you want to help and if you want to, get involved and you're just sitting at home or you're watching this and you're like, I want to help, but I don't know what to do. If you have unlimited internet, Conduit is the best way that you can help the Iranian people. So let me just pull this up here.
Hey, what am I doing wrong? People are saying, no, Armin, what the heck? Armin, what is Armin doing? What did I do wrong? Did I read something wrong?
What?
I don't know. People are saying, no, Armin, what are you doing? Armin, I don't know. Did I read something wrong? I don't know. I think I read it properly. My conduit is majority Iranian right now. To my knowledge, it helps them bypass the sensors. It may be good to turn on download. I don't know what people are talking about. Oh, it was from you disappearing. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Too funny.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, what did I do? I was like, what did I do?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? I'm like trying to go back to the comment. I'm so confused. So,
Okay.
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 So, guys, let's just go back here really quick. So this is Conduit. We've spoken about Conduit several times. There you go. Conduit right there. So if you just search for it, it'll come up, and it's safe. It's free. If you have unlimited internet and it's high speed internet, this is the easiest and fastest way, and one of the most effective ways you can help the Iranian people and help the Iranian revolution is by downloading and installing and running Conduit on your desktop or PC, laptop, whatever, phone if you want. I don't have it running on my phone because in Canada, I don't think we have unlimited data plans on our phones in Canada because Canada's weird that way. But I have unlimited high-speed internet, so I have Conduit running pretty much 24/7. And the way the tech works, it's a peer-to-peer B2B or something, I don't know. And it just basically what it does is that it takes your gigabytes and it transfers it over to people in Iran who've downloaded something on their end, and it just gives them internet access. I don't know the technical details. We've explained it several times before with people who are tech savvy, but what I can tell you is that it is safe. It is no risk or threat to you in any way, shape, or form. Again, I've been running it since January, and everything is totally fine on my end. So yeah, Ari Adelaide, thank you so much for that reminder. And yeah, so it doesn't. So I just want to be clear though, Conduit doesn't help them get through the sensors. They still need a VPN, but Conduit gives them access to internet so that then they can get the VPN or whatever, and yeah, bypass bypass the block, basically. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And then we have Chadalus, I'm going to say, gifted 1 membership to somebody in Goldie's live chat. Thank you so much, Chadalus. Now somebody's a member because of Chadalus' gift. And then also Kevin also gifted another membership to somebody in Goldie's chat. And thank you, Kevin. Because of Kevin, another person is now a member on Goldie's YouTube channel. And then we have the girls. Okay, I'm just going to say the girls. The girls Achari. The girls Achari became a member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a member and supporting the channel. And then we have Jedi saying, when is the Jedi, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, when is the next time you be at the VIP discussion?
Well, I was going to be there today, so
well, yeah, but I think they mean you.
Oh, I will try to make some time in the next few weeks. It's been a little bit busy, so many things going on, but I will definitely try to make it for one of the discussion groups as soon as possible.
So I'm going to be there in about 55 minutes, and you guys could come and join us there. Here's what the discussion group looks like. Let me quickly show that. Oh, you can't see it. It's okay. Well, let me just do like this. So this is the discussion group, and today is our VIP discussion group. And guys, tomorrow is our free day, so everybody can join and come talk to us. And guys, Goldie is going to be there at some point, so come join so you could talk to Goldie directly. All right, so I put the link in the chat, and yeah, see you guys there soon in about 55 minutes. Okay, let's go back to our.
And before we continue, I received a Rumble on Rumble. It's called Rants, but I received a Rumble super chat yesterday, and I didn't see it in time, so I apologize. But it was from one of our dedicated viewers, Hudat Nation Gal, and she put out a rant dedicating yesterday to the Immortal Guard that we have lost and are losing. So just wanted to thank you for that generous super chat, Hudat, and obviously for honoring our fallen. I think the one thing that I can say is that throughout this entire situation, Iranians and Americans have become so much closer, because normally you would think, oh, if there's a conflict, the people are going to attack one another, hate each other, but I think what we've all realized is that we're all fighting the same enemy. We're all fighting the Islamic regime that's occupying Iran, and we Iranians, we're on the same side as Americans, and we just want peace. We want humanity, and your fallen soldiers are our fallen soldiers and our Javidnams as well. So thank you for that. Thank you. That was from Hudat Nation Gal on Rumble. So thank you.
Thank you so much for your support. And then we have, oh my god, okay, we have Roman Cabbage. Love the username, by the way, every time I read that. Saying, check out Sa'ar's response to Mushtaba. Oh, what is this referring to? Do you know, Goldie?
I don't know who that is.
Sa'ar's response to Mushtaba. Okay. I'm going to keep that in mind in case I hear a reference to it, then I will remember you, okay? So, okay, I'll try to remember that. And thank you again for being a member for 3 months. And Sadato went to Goldie's channel and then to my channel, Liberty Politics, to give one super chat, $50 super chat to Goldie, and then another $50 super chat, with the same message to Liberty Politics, one on each side. Thank you so much, Sadato. That's very kind. Very, very kind. Saying thank you both for being a light in the dark places, Javid Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sadato.
Thank you so much.
very supportive from the beginning. Thank you so much. And also, that's a sculpture that he made himself. By
Oh,
the way, in his
wow.
profile picture. Yes, yes. He's he's married to an Iranian.
Yeah, I remember Sadato. You're Japanese, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, because I
Yes.
think we were.
Japanese American.
Oh yeah, because at some point we were playing rallies and gatherings from Iranians in Tokyo, and I think Sadato was sort of translating for us a little bit what they were saying. So I remember that.
Yeah. Yes, and he has been with us from a very long time, and he's been very supportive so far.
Yes.
Thank you, Sadato. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we have Fleshy Interloper. Thank you so much for the super chat saying, why is Sepah in Farsi, Persian, IRGC in English? Oh, because it's Sepah Pastaran Inqilab Islami. So that's the full version. So Sepah Pastaran Inqilab Islami is, so IRGC is Islamic Revolutionary Guardian Corps. So Sepah means guard. Sepah Inqilab, Sepah Pastaran. Okay, Sepah Pastaran.
It's here. I'll show you. I have the logo. Sepah Pastaran Inqilab Islami. So it's SPII, I guess, but it's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. That's what it translates to.
Right. Exactly. Hold on. So Pastaran would be guard, Sepah would be corps, Inqilab would be revolutionary, and Islami would be Islamic. Right?
Yeah.
Good question, by the way. So Sepah is just a short version of that. Saber Coaching, well, thank you so much for the super chat, saying the timing of the internet connections is weird. I suspect the Islamic Republic has assurances there is no attack coming, especially since Ali Abdullahi and Zulqad surfaced. Yes, Ali Abdullahi, Zulqad, and Ghalibaf surfaced, which to me suggests that they have received some reassurances regarding the safety, because Abdullahi and Zulqad have been in hiding, not been seen anywhere since the beginning of the war, and only now they showed up. So Abdullahi and Zulqad have been in hiding even more than Ghalibaf and Larijani. And it's interesting because now that Zulqad and Abdullahi are out, Vahidi is still not out. Vahidi has still not been seen outside. We had a statement from him recently, but we haven't seen him. But what is it that what has happened that has made Zulqad and Abdullahi confident to come out of their holes? It's interesting. Did they get some reassurances regarding what? We don't know. And then we got another super chat by PC saying, I heard a 14-year-old Jewish girl in Toronto is missing. Oh, and posters asking for help to find her. Oh my God. And posters asking for help to find her have been ripped down.
Yeah.
How mean is that? Is that real?
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So it's a 14-year-old girl. She's been missing, and people have been putting up posters, and the terrorists and the jihadis have been ripping down the poster of this missing 14-year-old girl just because she's Jewish. So this is the state of Canada right now. This is Mark Carney's Canada. It's disgusting. Like when I say I don't recognize Canada anymore, this is what I'm talking about. We've imported too many garbage people into the country with ideologies and values that are fundamentally opposed to the norms of common decency. And if that's not enough, Armin, I don't know if you saw the footage of the pro-Palestine jihadi terrorists. Look at this. Look at this. Do you see that?
Oh my God.
The pro-Palestine, jihad rally in Montreal. They have like a hanging Jewish person as part of their demonstrations. Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Welcome to Canada. So this is the current state of jihad in Canada. These people are pure evil.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Do you think Canada is savable, Goldie?
I don't know. I mean, we need I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. It's just wait, where's the other one? Where's Esther? Where's it? Let me pull up Esther's photo again. Here we go. So, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know if Canada is saving. I think we need to make some, some hard decisions as a nation, I guess. Unfortunately, the politicians are too beholden to their jihadi voter base. So the politicians are never going to say anything. I think it's disgusting. And, you know, I've noticed this shift in the last like 10 or so years when the liberals came to power and they just like opened Canada's doors to everyone and anyone and just started mass importing people into Canada, especially people whose views are fundamentally contradictory to Canadian values and Canadian views. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows where we're going to be in 10, 15 years from now? But this is a state we're in right now where people think it's okay to tear down posters of a missing 14-year-old girl just because she's Jewish. It's absolutely shameful.
But we shouldn't give up, guys, right? Like, don't give up on any UK, don't give up on Canada, don't give up on US, don't give up on any of these countries. We need to keep fighting. Okay, the Iranian people shouldn't give up on fighting the Islamic regime, so you guys shouldn't give up fighting against the Islamization of your country.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Next super chat.
All right. Danny, thank you so much for the super chat from Israel, saying Fox have a good point. Doesn't it look like the Arab states are against restarting the war? So in exchange, he's asking for something else. I think that depends on the Arab country you're talking about, right? I think that you have to put them in three categories. I think UAE and Bahrain would be in the most aggressive against the Islamic Republic category, and the Qatar and Oman would be the most friendly towards Islamic Republic category, and Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Iraq. Well, Iraq is basically a proxy of the Islamic Republic, but there also has a side to it that is trying to fight the Islamic Republic. So Iraq is complicated a little bit. But then we have Saudi Arabia and Kuwait who don't like the Islamic Republic, but they're also scared of angering the Islamic Republic. So they would be in the middle, right? And I think at least if you talk about the UAE and Bahrain, they would love more aggression against the Islamic Republic, but they are afraid that there's not enough defending them. So if there was enough defense for these Arab countries, they would be in favor of like going all out against the Islamic Republic, at least some of them, not all of them. So that's why my President Trump is. So, for example, UAE might be in favor of regime change, but not if it's naked against the Islamic Republic. And if like, let's protect me and then go do something like that. So it depends on which Arab country you're talking about, in my opinion, right? But all of them have been, unfortunately, historically helpful to the Islamic Republic one way or another. Like UAE is right now coming out and attacking the Islamic Republic, but it's the UAE. Guys, did you know that a lot of the drones and missiles that are being shot at UAE were funded by the financial institutions in the UAE? Like the UAE itself, its own financial institutions were the loopholes that the Islamic Republic took advantage of to get money to build the very missiles and drones that is shooting at the UAE right now. So the UAE thought that it could basically provide financial loopholes to the Islamic Republic and it would not hurt it, like supporting terrorists without actually like, oh, this is other people's problems, not my problem. But now it's their problem. So we shouldn't forget that. PC, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, I stopped my Jewish son wearing. Oh my God, that's so sad.
Oh.
I stopped my Jewish son from wearing a kippah. Now, so much hate towards us. Now that there's so much hate towards us, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
It's a sad state of affairs. It's a sad state of affairs. But you know, there are a lot of people speaking out, and you know, the one thing that I can say is that when the Islamic regime is overthrown and Iran is free, I have a feeling that that's going to um, significantly reduce the amount of money that's being invested into certain activist groups in Western societies. And, you know, those activist groups are focused specifically on, you know, Jew hatred. You know, they talk about anti-Zionism, but we know what they actually mean. It's Jew hatred and their anti-Jew ideology. So I know it's difficult right now, but you know, I know that when the Islamic regime is overthrown and Iran is free, we will see a significant rise, a significant drop in that sort of behavior. And then the bonus is that every single Jewish person will have another very Jewish-friendly country to visit and travel to, Iran. So there you go, and you can, you know, wear, you know, the kippah and Star of David and anything and anything and everything that you guys want when Iran is free, because, you know, we Iranians as a society, we are of course very, very Israel friendly and Jew friendly. So, and we can't wait to go back to that friendship and alliance that we once had before the Islamic regime took over.
You know, I also this you know, every time you hear a story like this, one thing that we need to remind people is that this is why we have Zionism. This confirms that Zionism was always right. Zionism was always right because Jews can the anti-Jewish hatred is the world's oldest, most deep-rooted, most common, most global hate that exists, most insistent hate that exists, and it's global. And even if you live in a country that it seems to be Jew friendly, it could turn like that. It could turn like that, and that's why we need Israel. That's why we need Israel. Jews can never feel safe anywhere in the world unless we have a place where they could go protect themselves. Jews, for thousands of years, they relied that if they rely on other powers to protect them, those powers at some point might stop protecting them. And Jews learn through history that they need to protect themselves. They can't rely on other people protecting them. And that's why we need Israel.
I 100% agree.
Okay. And then we go to Hatik. Hatik, thank you so much for the super sticker. Very kind of you. Thank you so much for the support. And then we have Christian. Christian saying, "Hi, is Goldie?" Okay, you want to read this because this is about you.
Sure. Hi, is Goldie having a golden day? Yes, I am. And then he asks you, is Armin vibing?
Oh.
Armin, are you vibing?
Yes, I am. Hey. Thank you.
So then Christian continues. A guy was arguing with me on Facebook about Iran. He ended the conversation after saying Hezbollah and Hamas are sons of Noah. Goldie, have you debated someone insane? Yes. I mean, I was in politics for 10 years. So debated a lot of insane people. But what I can tell you is that, I mean, you can, you know, only engage in debates online on social media if you find it like entertaining or like a good, you know, way to pass your time. Or if you think it's beneficial to help you flesh out your ideas and your arguments and your opinions, because like there's so many trolls online on social media, you can't debate them. That's why, like with me, with my social media posts, I never really debate, right? Like I don't call people out, I don't debate. I just put my own opinion out there, and I just disregard what people say, because either people will accept the facts, or they're super blinded by their own opinion. And especially when it comes to Iran and the Islamic regime, suddenly everyone in the world has become an armchair expert on Iran and the Islamic regime. Meanwhile, those of us who have been speaking about and studying and focusing on Iran literally our entire lives, all of a sudden we don't know as much as these armchair experts, right? So I would say, I mean, if you have fun with it, go ahead. But I mean, I don't really argue or debate with crazy people anymore, because there's just so many. There's so many out there.
Yeah.
I know Armin's opinion is different. Armin loves going after these people.
Well, no, my opinion is the same as you.
No, but
That
but you like debating people with like differing opinions because
yeah,
I've
but
seen
no,
you do
that's
it.
my take. No, my taste is different. My opinion is the same. So
No,
your
no,
opinion is that if you enjoy it, debate. If you don't enjoy it, don't debate. So
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
what I'm saying is you enjoy it because I've seen your
Yes.
debates, and what you do is you use such good logical arguments that you pretty much corner them, and then you do it on your live streams, right? So that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I was like, Armin's a little different because the opinion's the same, but you like doing it because you just
Yes.
corner them with your logic. Whereas me,
Oh.
I just من دیگه after like 10 years in politics اصلا حوصله‌شو ندارم که با این دیوونا صحبت بکنم. Like I just don't have the حوصله or the patience anymore, but you do. So cheers to you.
Thank you. Thank you. One thing I'm very proud of is that every once in a while I hear somebody in my chat saying, Armin, I used to be a Muslim, but I'm not a Muslim anymore because of you. I have, over the years, I have had so many people message me that I used to be a Muslim, but over the years listening to you, I left Islam. And that's one of my proudest achievements.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So yeah, and I think debate clips that does that for I'm debating a Muslim. Yeah. Oh, wait, what am I messaging? Some message. Sorry. Oh, okay. All right, let's go to the next super chat. William saying downloading Conduit now. Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. And then we have BS Bonehead. That's skeleton saying my girl. Oh my god. Oh, that's so great. I'm so happy for you. I think your girlfriend in Iran, right? Yes, I remember this. My girlfriend in Iran is finally connected without the expensive VPN I bought for her 3 months ago. Oh, you finally, okay, that's great. She's literally crying right now, thinking about what they have suffered. We will be back soon together in Italy. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm happy and also sorry. Like, I'm happy for you that you guys are in touch and you're going to be together soon, but also, sorry for what she has gone through. Wow, okay. So
I'm glad to hear that at least she's okay and you finally heard from her.
Yes.
It's a very difficult situation for everyone involved.
Yeah. And this confirms again that we have more and more people are now getting the internet as that they had before. Okay, thank you for updating us. Hopefully everything works out and you guys get to be together finally. And then Matt, thank you so much, Matt, for the super chat, saying you're the best, Goldie, and an inspiration for the Iranian people and being a voice for the free world. Thank you. God bless.
Oh,
Yes.
Thank you, Matt. That's very kind of you. Appreciate that. And thank you for being here. I'm glad that you enjoy the live streams and that you find it useful. So we've really built a fantastic community here, Armin. So it's great to see everyone. It's a highlight of my day.
Yeah, I always like it that you say that. Okay. And thank you, Matt. Thank you so much for the support. Very kind. PC saying, I'm going. PC, thank you so much for the super chat. PC is saying, I'm going on a tour of Armenia in 2 weeks. We'll see the Iranian border, Iranian border in Armenia is a free nation. Okay, so there's a dot there. Sorry. Let me read this again. I'm going to a tour of Armenia in 2 weeks. That's great, by the way. It's beautiful country, beautiful country. We will see the Iranian border. Okay, say, wave at Iran. Say hi on behalf of me. I haven't seen Iran's border. I haven't seen Iran or Iran's border for like 2 decades now. Saying Armenian is a free nation. Yeah, Armenia is a free nation. Hopefully, the upcoming election in June doesn't go in the direction of Russia. So, like, fingers crossed. Okay. We got some updates in our discussion group regarding an election happening in Armenia soon in June, and Russia is investing heavily in trying to get the pro-Russia candidate win against America. So hopefully that doesn't happen, right? Because Armenia is a free nation. If it gets closer to Russia, it might not be at some point. So hope not. Yeah, hopefully it continues to be pro-West. And thank you, PC, for the super chat. Shayan, thank you so much for the super chat. Shayan saying conduit does bypass sensors. It uses tunneling. I don't know. Goldie, do you know about that? It says it does.
I mean, probably. I'm not a techie person, so I probably don't know the proper term. But Shayan, you're probably right. It's some sort of tunneling, peer-to-peer thing.
Shayan, I see your profile picture and you look like a tech nerd. So I'm going to use that as a way to suggest that you're probably right. Okay.
Yes.
So you're probably correct. Okay. Based on your profile picture. Okay. The glasses speak for themselves. Okay. And thank you again for the support. Jets with 50. Oh my. Thank you so much, Jess. Thank you. I saw so many people in our live chat became like everybody was becoming a member. Thank you so much, Jess. 50 Liberty Politics memberships were gifted to the people in the chat. It's like half of our chat is now members. Thank you so much, Jess. He has done that so many times for us. So I really appreciate that. That's very generous. Thank you. Very kind. This is the 10th time he has done that. Thank you. William, thank you so much for the membership. William also gifted a membership. So somebody is now a member in our chat on Liberty Politics YouTube channel, which is my channel, by the way, for people who might not know. Thank you so much for doing that. So now somebody has membership because of William. And then we have Lior, which I always love. Ever since I learned that her name is not Lior, it's Lior, I always look forward to pronouncing her name because it's so cool. Lior. It sounds, very nice. So Lior is saying, Armin, can you show and share the map where you see the Islamic invasion of Europe over the years? I remember you showed it in a previous stream. Yep, I can do that. Let me, okay, let's go to this. No, not here. What am I doing? This one. Here. Okay. So let's look at this. This is illegal immigration into Europe, the European Union, since 2008 and now. You can see let me play it. At first, it's coming from other places. You could see the year that it starts becoming really high from Islamic countries. And you could also see there's a bar going to be at the bottom. You can see the numbers at the beginning are not that high, and all of a sudden it starts picking up. Okay. So right now the number down here is at 0. Okay. 2011, 2012.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Yeah. So I forgot how, I should find a bigger version of this because it tells you how each dot represents how many people, which is a lot. And this basically goes over from 2008 to 2014. Yeah. But yeah, it is terrifying. Illegal immigration. So illegal immigrations into the European Union. Let me see if I could find a better version of this because it's really telling. It also shows you the top countries. Let me see. Visualization. There should be visualization. I'll find a better version of this at some point and I'll show it to you guys. And we'll go over it minute by minute to show you, because it also shows you what the top country is. every single time. If anybody can find a better version, like a landscape version of this, like send it to me on Telegram or email me at armin.navabi@gmail.com, so that next time we show the landscape version of this, because it's actually very telling. If you look at this part over here, it shows you the top country for each year. Okay. So yeah, email it to me if you find the landscape. armin.navabi@gmail.com. Thank you, Leo. Oh, let me go back to here. And then Sarah always supporting us, and Leo as well. Thank you so much. Sarah saying, sounds cliche, but in the face of hate, we must spread love more than ever. You know, that is one of the most true cliche things that is out there. And I know it sounds so cringe when people say that, like, oh, love is the answer. But, you know, it is really the answer. And I feel like every time I go, like, try to come up with a logical explanation for what you always sound cringe, even though it's really, that is the answer. Here's a less cringy way to, because so people always, you know, over the years from in novels and fantasy, people always say, oh, the secret weapon is love, so people feel cringe when you answer it. So I think the new way to describe it without people cringing is life is the answer, because we are fighting against death cults. Okay, we are fighting against death cults. We are fighting against forces in the world that destroy life, that destroy prosperity, peace, and stability, which is basically life. And what we're fighting, they're on team death and we're on team life. So, you know, we say, you know, maybe a less cliche way is choose life over death. You know, be on team life, because that hasn't been said as much. But when you say love for what? Love for life, right? When we love each other, we are loving each other in this world alive. We are loving our lives being filled with happiness and joy, right? So another way to say choose love is to just say choose life, because what are we loving other than each other's lives, right? So, and that's a less used way of describing it. And I think saying we're on team life against team death is like a more, you know, cool way of describing the same thing, right? And thank you, Sarah. I know it's cliche, but it's completely correct. It's cliche for a reason. Amir, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Saying, Am Israel Chai, Payande Iran, با هم نور بر تاریکی پیروز است. What is the last one? نور بر تاریکی پیروز خواهد شد. Wow, good job, Amir. Amir is, you know, Israeli, and he speaks Persian. He's getting better and better at Persian in the chat. So yeah, پایند ایران means long live Iran. با هم نور بر تاریکی پیروز خواهد شد. He's saying together, light will overcome darkness. Perfect. Thank you, Amir. That's beautiful. Love that. And then we have 3 more super chats. Agent Anderson, again, love that username. Thank you so much for the super chat. Saying big rally tonight at, how do you pronounce that?
Gracie.
New York.
Gracie Mansion.
Gracie Mansion in New York City tonight. Oh, really? Do you know anything about this, Goldie?
No, because I'm not in New York City.
Really? Okay, well, thank you for letting us know. Guys, go maybe check that out. And then we have Jail. I'm gonna call you Jail Jalepen. I know. So thank you so much for the super chat saying, do things feel more hopeless or hopeful for you now? Do you think? I think when I put things in context and zoom out, hopeful. I think day to day we have a lot of ups and downs, but if I zoom out and look at the fact that over the past 47 years, in the past few months, the Islamic Republic has been hurt and damaged more significantly than we have seen for decades, I become hopeful. But I think that when we get home, so if we zoom in and look at the day-to-day events, There are days where we get news that makes us hopeful, and there are days that we get news that makes us hopeless. So that's the daily roller coaster that we go through. But once I zoom out and look at the big picture and look at the past 47-year trend and see that how much progress we have made, I know people are impatient because it's been 47 years, but the level of progress that we have made in the past few months is more significant than anything we have seen. And that makes me hopeful. I don't know if that answers the question. What about you, Goldie?
I mean, listen, if I was just gonna look at this tunnel vision, people might feel hopeless, but we have to recall, like, you have to look at the big picture here. Khamenei is dead. The current supreme dictator is a piece of cardboard. We don't know where he is. The top IRGC commanders are dead. The Islamic regime is slowly collapsing. The Iranian people have never been more mobilized and more united. We have a leader, His Royal Highness King Reza Pahlavi, who is now internationally recognized by the world as the only leader of Iran's Lion and Sun revolution. We have a hardworking team behind him. Iranians are, going out every week. They're demonstrating. They're mobilizing. All of us are continuing to raise awareness. This is the first time since the creation of the Islamic regime in 1979, and since they took over our country, that they are this weak. They are very, very close to collapse, and I'm very hopeful. I know that things can seem difficult and things can seem very dark, but I just want to remind everyone, especially for all the Iranians who are watching. By the way, Armin, I have an update. Internet is pretty much back on completely now. It's at 86%, if not more. I was just working on that post, but I'm answering this question now. But things have never been more hopeful for the Iranian people, no matter how difficult it gets, no matter how dark it is. And I just want to remind everyone, remember how we were all feeling, especially Iranians, on February 27th, when, the massacre happened on January 8 and 9. And then afterwards, there was no internet. And then internet slowly came back up, and we started seeing all of these videos and images of, the funerals for, the over 40,000 innocent Iranians murdered by the Islamic regime, and horrific stories coming out. And, just when people were starting to feel really hopeless, we all wake up to the news that Khamenei has been boom-boomed, and 30, 40 of his top IRGC commanders have all been boom-boomed. So we have to keep that in mind. The Islamic regime is collapsing. I know that for a fact. It is collapsing. It's just a matter of how soon. And because it is such a huge entity, that collapse might not be very obvious or very apparent. But I have a feeling that when it gets to that moment of collapse, it's going to be very quick. Kind of similar to the fall of the Berlin Wall, and how it was just very, very quick. I think it was like a week or something. So things for me, despite how difficult it is, it feels hopeful. And we also have to remember that the Islamic regime is so brutal and so savage that the closer it gets to its demise, the more vicious and the more scorched earth it will become. And we all know this.
Perfect answer. I have to figure out how to put a time now to also do live streams on Persian again, because I'm doing 4 live streams a day. So I now have to add a 5th one. So wow. I have to see what to I have to figure out what to cancel from my life now that Iran is back online. Okay. Okay. And then we have Fleshy Interloper. Thank you so much for this, for gifting a membership. So Fleshy Interloper just gifted 1 membership to somebody on Liberty Politics. Thank you so much for the gift. Appreciate that. And then we have Robert Rogers. Thank you so much for the super chat, Robert, saying, stay strong. America is with the people. You're first. Yes, you are our first. Robert is our first honorary Iranian. We will never forget that. And Robert, we will never forget all the Americans who stood by our side. We will never forget that. Thank you so much for being by our side. I appreciate that. And then Sherry, member for 1 month, celebrating her membership for 1 month, saying, love you all. Thank you, Sherry. We love you back. Appreciate that. And then William with the last super chat saying, tempted to change my username to my gamer tag, Batrastard. Batrastard. Okay, good one. Thank you. Okay, thank you, William. Please don't do that because then I will have to read it every time, and I think Goldie will not like that. I don't know if Goldie will approve. Oh, we got 2 more super chats. Thank you, guys. Mike is thank you so much, Mike, for the super chat, saying this is day 150. Oh wow, this is you're right. Yes, this is day 150. You and I landed here on your. You and I landed here on your day 7 and have stayed here.
I think what he means is this is day 150 for you, and I landed here on your day 7 and have stayed here with you and everyone since. Well, thank you. So Galveston County Mike, you're one of the OGs. You've been here since day 7. Wow. The images,
sorry, I didn't see the comma. Sorry, I'm
that's
so sorry.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's okay. No worries. The images of what happened in those early days are still in my mind. Cheers from Texas. Well, thank you so much, Galveston County Mike. Thank you, Mike. Means a lot. And I guess you could call it a little bit of trauma bonding as well. But yeah, there have been some horrific images, and those of you who have been here from the get-go, tuning in every day, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And it does make it a little bit easier for us as well, knowing that we're not alone in this, and that gives not just Armin and I a lot of hope and energy, but all the Iranians who are tuning in, who are watching, who are seeing your comments on the screen, who are in the live chat. I can tell you that they're all very grateful to all of you as well. And whenever I go out and I'm with the Iranian community, they always say, thank you, Goldie. And, we really appreciate all the comments from all the non-Iranians as well. So we really do have a fantastic community. Thank you, Mike.
Yes. And to my defense, by the way, the monitor is very far away, so sometimes I don't see a comma. Okay. So
that's okay. All good.
Yes. Okay. So let's go to the next super chat. And thank you again, Mike. Shaul. Thank you so much for the super chat. Did I pronounce it, Goldie? Is that how you pronounce it? Shaul?
I don't know. I think so. Shual Kachol?
Shual Kachol. Pretty cool name. From Israel, saying the internet is probably monitored by new systems they put in place. I'd be very careful. Payende Iran. Yep, you're right. Very correct. Yeah. They need to be very careful. Exactly. And thank you so much for the super chat. Very grateful. And then cool username again, by the way. Lior, thank you so much for the super chat. Lior saying, now internet is back. You should do Persian streams. Yes, I'm actually looking at my calendar right now. Like, what do I do? What else? I'm trying to, I think I need to cut from sleep because I'm looking at my calendar and there's literally nothing I could cut from except sleep. So that's what I'm going to cut from. Okay, I'll figure this out. But yeah, definitely need to start doing Persian live streams again. Yes. Okay.
I just want to share this message here. Because now, like, a lot of the Iranian accounts that I used to follow are finally back on X, like accounts that I haven't seen in a very long time. Let me just post this.
Guys, I cannot cut out the review segment that we do of people with crap takes because that's the only thing that is introducing new people to the channel. So I can't cut that part out. because our channel is not growing fast enough. Liberty politics is not growing fast enough at all. It's slowed down. The growth has slowed down. Like I need to do things that helps the channel grow. So I need that segment to make the channel grow. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this on Goldie's channel, please subscribe to Liberty Politics on YouTube.
Okay, are we done with this? Are we finished the super chat? Can I go to
No, two more.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, two more. Let me also. This means that I have to go to the discussion groups. Okay, so let's do this fast, and then let's see what Goldie has for us. And Robert again. Oh, thank you, Robert, saying you are both brilliant and great looking. Oh wow, thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
compliment. Yes, well, thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And then William, thank you so much for the super chat. William is saying, if I change my username, you can call me Bat. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I give you permission to go change your username. I'm just kidding. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, it's a cool name though. Okay, Goldie, what do you have for us?
Okay, so what I have is, let me pull up.
Oh, that's the discussion group.
So one of the accounts that I follow from inside of Occupied Iran writes, and I'll translate this in a moment. بعد از 80 روز اینترنت مردم رو بس کردن و لابد انتظار دارن تشکر بکنیم ولی بازم اولین هشتگی که ترند میشه همینه جاوید شاه. So basically he's saying after 80 days, they finally connected the people's internet. And of course, they expect us to thank them. So he's referring to like the Islamic regime. So he's like, they finally, connected the internet back. And so the Islamic regime probably expects us to be thankful to them. He says, but still, the first hashtag that we're going to make trend is this one, Javid Shah, which means, of course, long live the king. So again, guys, this is why the internet has been shut down, because the Islamic regime knew and knows what Iranian people in occupied Iran want, right? So literally the first thing that this account posts from occupied Iran says Javid Shah. So, everyone and anyone who for these last, 88 days who has been trying to silence the Iranian people's voices, who has been attacking King Reza Pahlavi, who has been saying that, he has no legitimacy, he has no support, blah, 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 blah. All of it has been utter nonsense and pure propaganda by the Islamic regime. Because as you can see, the first thing that Iranians are saying, the first message they're putting out there is long live the king, right? Because again, he is not only our leader for the National Lion and Sun Revolution, but he is the only one who can overthrow the Islamic regime and the only one who has the legitimacy from the Iranian people to do so. So you're going to see a lot more of these sorts of hashtags and posts from Iranian people. So I wanted to share that.
Okay, Goldie, is it? Can I bring up our discussion group now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, guys. So discussion group time. We are going to our discussion group. Today is VIP, but tomorrow is open to all again. So everybody could join tomorrow. But today you could join at every time and take part in the community tab. The VIP discussions are for smaller groups where more people can talk. But join our group. Goldie will come one day too, and you could talk to Goldie there as well. And yeah, this is basically this is our base of operations for everything political, for liberty against like all things that threaten liberty. So I'll put the link in the chat. You could also get to it by scanning the QR code at the top left of your screen. The link to it is also in the bio of Liberty Politics YouTube channel. So I'm going to be there in 5 minutes, and you could come and talk to me there and the rest of the people there. It's a really good place to meet people who are interested in talking about politics, geopolitics, and are liberty minded like the rest of us here. All right. So see you guys there in 5 minutes. Okay. So we're good?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. So see you guys here, same time tomorrow. And until then, I'm Israel Chai. Long live America.
God bless America.
Javicha.
Payande Iran.
Iran.
We should try to say Payande Iran together. Let's do it one more time. We should practice. Okay.
From the beginning?
Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
I'm Israel Chai. Long live America.
God bless America.
Javicha.
Payande Iran.
Iran. We need practice. We'll get it.
We'll practice. We'll get it one day. It's 150
We'll get it.
days. We'll get it. We'll get it.
You know what? How about this? You start and I'll copy your lips. You say Payande Iran and I'll copy your lips. So I basically follow.
We should just, you know what? We should just say it together. We should just say Javicha Payande Iran without like any pause.
Okay. Javicha. Okay. Well, next time or now? Let's do it again.
Sure. Okay, from the beginning. Okay. From the beginning. One more time.
I'm Israel Chai. Long live America.
God bless America.
Javicha
Payande Iran. See you guys tomorrow.
We'll practice that. We'll do it. Yeah. Okay.
غرب انقلاب است.
کشور ما تاریخ ما در سیدگر فرا گرفته گویی اهورا مستا دوباره در نور خود مرا گرفته هشتون سرودی سر میدهم باز فارغ از رنج و تشویش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش هن ای پدر هن ای پسر برخیز و با ما شهنگام تا درد آن تجربه تلخ ما را نکشیده در آب بگذار هر دم بغرند برکا دم لباس میش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ای کارگر ای برزگر راحت کنون ادامه دارد در این زمان که پرتو یزدان از هر سو بر تو میبارد پس پیش به سوی آزادی از بحر خزر تا کیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش خلقا به پا بهر دفاع از استقلال و آزادی تا بشکنیم پشت ارتجاع تیریزی ویران آبادی تا زنده سازیم سنت‌های می از بر آیین و کیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش
با امید روزی که تمام این دلبشو و انقلاب تموم بشه و ما در روشنایی نور و سعادت مردم کشورمون غرق بشیم
نه خارجی نه بیگانه نه مستشارهای ویرانی نه چیر خاران نه کاسه لیسان فقط هم رزمان ایرانی با شرافت میهنی بسازی بهر فرزندان خویش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش مردم بیایی داخل صف ما اکنون که آغاز رویاست دشمنان بدانید ما
زنده هستی بعد از ما هم ایران پابرجاست آن روح شیطان ما را فریب داد با صد شعار مردمیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش پرچم ما پرچم ایران غرق خون شهیدان روی شان هامان حمل میکنیمش در هر خیابان و میدان تا ماسک دلقکان را برداریم از روی تسبیح و ریش ایران غرق